can hemp be used for beyond CBD?
Okay, yeah. So, there's many products that can be made from it. Plastics. People are starting to explore diapers, antimicrobial fibers for clothing.
Okay.
So bed linens for hospitals, gowns, scrubs, those type things. Huge application for that there. Building materials, hempcrete, fiberboard, insulation, lost circulation materials for drilling applications. So drilling fluid isn't lost during the drilling process. Many things are used for that. Some are environmentally friendly, some are not. Flooring, furniture, pretty much really everything inside of a room and in this room could be made from it. Textiles, clothing. People are making wedding rings out of it. I saw a company, Rad Rings, really cool, making rings out of the wood. Guitars, I've seen guitars made. Shoes, sunglasses, a wide range of applications. Food packaging, single-use food packaging.
So almost literally like anything that you could possibly think of could probably be made out of hemp, other than whatever it's, whatever plastics or whatever, thing it's being made out of.
Yeah, papers, plastics, woods, all that could, I wouldn't say be replaced, right? That sounds like it's a threat to the industries, but definitely
have another option.
Right? Mitigate ocean pollution, air pollution. During the growth cycle of the plant, if like 1 ton of fiber will sequester 1.6 tons of CO2 from the atmosphere, and this is happening in a 60 to 90, maybe 100-day growth cycle. So it's rapid. It could pull 1 million acres across the nation could pull 1.6 million tons of CO2 out of the atmosphere in about 90 days. And then it's locked permanently in that material. So when the material is processed into hempcrete or some type of fiber board or paneling or insulation, whatever it's used for, the carbon is locked in, and eventually, with the exception of the hempcrete, if those products need to be disposed of, they'll just deteriorate.
And another to kind of off the script goodie is like, what's the viability of this? Like, I know, like, what is, it took you, I'm guessing, a lot of work to kind of get to this point where you have your own hemp farm. Like, what if someone who was interested in doing something like that, how realistic is it for them to do something like it?
Tread cautiously, do your research.
Yeah.
A lot of people are coming into it on the CBD approach, cannabinoids, terpenes, the medical side, that type of application. And, what we're looking at is a totally different avenue. It's like the rope, canvas, clothing, plastics, those types of materials.
Which I imagine the need is abundant.
It's larger. I mean, every single person is using a piece of plastic. Every single person is living in a home that could have these building materials used. And then the fact that the stuff can deteriorate in like 80 to 90 days, the plastics is tremendous, versus 700 years in the ocean. Soil cleanup, we can clean up heavy metals and pollution out of the soil just by growing the plants in those areas through phytoremediation. It'll pull those materials out of the ground. Water cleanup, the herds, the inside part of the plants will absorb 4 times their weight. So it's already been used. It was used in the Exxon Valdez big oil spill to suck a lot of that oil up off the ocean.
You didn't see that on the evening news, did you?
No, absolutely not. Yeah. And so the nation's really just had legality for this it's really just became, honestly, this year was the first real year.
Wow. So you think it's going to break through pretty soon, more or less?
Yeah,
it's gonna be more popular.
But I mean, I say this year's the first real year, but like it's been happening since back in like the early 2000s under different farm bills and things like that. But this has been the first real year where it's been more freedom in it and across the nation and federally recognized as a national program with the USDA and things like that. So it's growing. It's got a long ways to go. There's a lot of things we need to make it happen, but in the long run, it's going to help address pollution, both in the air, in the water, in our soils. and be a good thing for the planet.
Wow, that's amazing, man. Especially what you're doing for the earth. That's incredible.
Yeah.
And Bruce, so what is needed for the hemp industry to grow to its potential?
Yeah, so one of the things is, like this right here, us just talking about it. I appreciate the time for this, just to talk about this. I'm sure there's a lot of other things you guys could be talking about other than this, but education, that's one big thing. Talking to the public, getting more information about what the plant could actually be used for. I think if more people know that the options are out there for them to buy, these types of green products, if you will, that are better for the environment, and maybe they will.
Yeah.